All right, so you want to do a manager experiment on Amazon, but you have no idea how to do it, no idea what to do. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly all the things that you can test in manager experiments on Amazon and how you would set that up. So as you can see here, we're inside the manager experiments area on Amazon. I got there through going to the tab on the side, going to brands, and then going to manager experiments. Now, with inside manager experiments, you're going to see active experiments, total experiments, all that kind of good stuff. This example here, it was canceled, but you're going to see a button over here that says create new experiment. Now, there's multiple different things that you can test when it comes to, or experimenting, I'll say, when it comes to manager experiments within Amazon. You can do A/B testing for your A+ content, your bullet points, your product images, product description, product title, A+ brand story, or multi-attribute. So let's take a look at product images. So now you'll see here, you're not always able to run manager experiments because and the reason why you'll see here, it says eligible, ineligible, and it'll give you a reason. Amazon's saying we use a number of detailed page views to determine if an ASIN has enough traffic for experimentation. ASINs with at least 700 views in the last 30 days are considered eligible. What does this mean? If you're a new product on Amazon and you're just launching, you can't do this because you don't have enough views just yet. You have to become eligible with the views and the traffic and all that kind of good stuff. So let's focus on what we can do. See right over here, this one's eligible. So we're going to select the reference ASIN. Now inside here, we're saying create a new image experiment ASINs for ASINs enrolled in here. Now here is where you go down. So you want to uncheck this. So experimentation is only available for supporting images on a parent ASIN and a maximum of 4 variations. You can do the supporting images. So what that means is going to be the image stack. That's what supporting images are. So for this, we're unchecking this because I don't want to test the supporting images of the image stack. I just want to test the hero or the main image, which is what's over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and say, okay, this is my version A, and I have a version B. And Amazon has their image guidelines inside of here, where they're going to tell you the requirements and all that kind of good stuff. But you would go over here and click upload image. Now there's 3 child ASINs, which are variations attached to it. So what you're going to be able to do is whatever the main one is, let's say if this is, I believe it's different colors down here. Yeah, or there's different sayings. So there's thank you, love you forever, in 2 different colors. So you want to affect, let's say, for example, we wanted to change the packaging behind here and we want to see which one performs better. You'd want to make sure that when you change the packaging back here, that it's the proper one that you're testing against. So change the packaging to love you forever and lighter, change the packaging, love you forever and darker, update that, and then change the packaging on the thank you one and update that. And then you're going to go ahead and hit submit and schedule the experiment. Now, what does it look like? This is a canceled one, but what does it look like after you run your experiment? So you're able to put down here, or you're able to see duration to significance. So statistical significance. So it's going to keep on running the manager experiments with this setting until they deem it significant, and then the experiment would end. So start date, cancel date, content. This one was AB on content. But you're able to see down here version A and version B and the difference. So, the conversion, how many units were sold, the sales from search, all this other sort of good stuff. This is really how you go and set up your manager experiments to do testing. And again, like I said, that was for the hero image, but you can also do it for things like your bullet points. So you would select bullet points, select the eligible ASIN, and you'll see down here, here's version A, and then we would type in version B. So if I want to copy that, for example, over here, but maybe I want to say, make it easy for your mother, right? That's too long to tell her best story. Let's see, our tiny Wocket. I'm not using that, but you could see you're rate limited on what you can actually put inside of there. So let's say I wanted to test and see what do people like to see better, mom or mother? And you could go down here and copy them over and then change anything that you want to change and then go ahead and submit it. So that's for your bullet points. And then the same thing applies for things like your product title. So over here, here's the product title, copy it over. It's going to give you the prompt. It must be different. So let's say memento picture, locket, kit. Maybe we want to try saying set instead of kit. Cool gifts. Maybe we want to say trendy. Gifts for mom, for mom's, trendy gifts for mom's presents, customized keepsake to share your story, to share your journey, let's say. And then I would go over here and I would schedule the experiment out. But here's a really cool thing. That takes roughly 6 to 8 weeks for you to understand the data behind it. And most folks don't have that kind of time. That's why there's things like PickFu out there. PickFu is kind of what you want to pre-test before you do your manager experiment. So with a tool like PickFu, you're able to get real consumer insight and understanding what's going to work better of your iterations, this or this, before you put it into a manager experiment. So in a way, pre-testing before testing is going to yield to much better results. We have lots of partners that say 75% of their winning PickFu polls that they do for their clients result in an increase in sales. Testing or kind of just guessing with manager experiments before doing your pre-testing can often lead to money being left on the table. And we want to avoid that as much as possible as Amazon brands and sellers. This is a really cool example because this is a click test that I took from a screenshot of a SERP on Amazon for some hairbrushes. So you can see over here, I can know why folks are clicking on the competition and why they're clicking on this competition and maybe not why they're clicking on me. Sometimes it's because you don't have packaging and people like packaging. Sometimes it's color, sometimes it's what you're saying. So you can see over here, we're able to understand the data from the customer demographics and the avatar before we run a manager experiments. That's why testing with PickFu as a pre-test before your manager experiments will undoubtedly, I think that's a word, give you better results. Testing with PickFu before manager experiments has proven to be the case for hundreds of Amazon sellers, and you shouldn't be left out from that. I strongly recommend you take a look at this before your next manager experiment. Link in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think.